Used car salesman, the only profession where dressing like a game show host and lying through your teeth is all part of the training manual. Out of the unholy trinity of dishonest professions, with the other two being politicians and real estate agents, used car salesmen are perhaps the greatest liars of them all, which is an impressive feat when you consider their competition. Ultimately, it's all about advertising hope but selling disappointment, along with a long-term dependency on your local mechanic. Their go-to pickup line is often some variation of, "She runs like a dream." Exactly what kind of dream are we talking here though? Because I once had one where my beard turned into spaghetti? Don't ask me to explain what that meant. The point is, any salesman, particularly those in the used car business, will bust out any spin story they think they can get away with so long as it closes the deal. "Oh yeah, the previous owner was an old lady who only drove to church on Sundays," they might say. Right. Was her local church halfway across the desert in the middle of Mad Max country by any chance? For those of you who don't know, the Mad Max films are a series of documentaries about inland Australia. While they're at it, a used car salesman might toss in a line about how, "Oh, this one's never been in an accident." Meanwhile, it's got panel gaps so wide it ought to count as indecent exposure. Car sales, like politics, is very much the art of misdirection. You raise a concern, they pivot. "Smells like something died in here," you might say. "That's just the leather upholstery," they'll reply. Gaslighting is key to making a sale for them because they want you to keep doing it to yourself after you've bought the car. Nothing fuels denial like buyer's remorse, and if it keeps you from returning it, then the salesman has done his job. 1 week later, you're sitting on the side of the road next to a flaming wreck. "This is fine," you tell yourself. "It's probably just the weather." Then there's the mountain of paperwork that follows whenever you buy a used car. It's legal spaghetti designed to confuse you into a sense of security while padding the dealer's ass against any further responsibility. After fees, taxes, and processing charges, there's always the attempt to sell you the extended warranty. T's and C's apply, of course, which is code for "doesn't cover anything you actually want." Radiator exploded? Sorry, that comes under natural wear and tear. Not covered. By the end of the whole process, a car that was advertised at $10,000 ends up costing $12,000, along with most of your dignity. Fast forward a week or two after buying, the engine speaking in tongues, the aircon has asthma, and the tyres are balder than your dad. Or me. This is one of those things that's personal for me. In my case, the car that I'd bought ran fine for the first few weeks, until one day it wouldn't start. It turned out that the battery was way too old and, not to mention, the wrong fit. The guys that came out to replace it seemed to think that the salesman had done a sneaky switcheroo on me. After I'd inspected the vehicle and phoned back to say I was interested, he must have switched it out. The battery guys said that used car salesmen are known to do that. It seems that they think that most drivers will just assume they left their lights on. Good luck getting any issue you run into covered under that extended warranty you bought though. Did the T's and C's give you a severe case of TLDR? Tough luck, that's what they were hoping for. And whatever they agreed to, they always seemed to suddenly have no record of it. First rule of acquisition: once you have their money, you never give it back. These people will sooner chew off their own foot than refund you. So, why are used car salesmen a thing? Because regulation is weak, desperation is high, and commission pay incentivizes lying. Because most people aren't car savvy enough to know what to check for. And because some people genuinely get a kick out of spinning a good con and then laughing maniacally once they've pulled it off. Used car salesmen are basically the human equivalent of duct tape, a quick and easy solution that you'd be wise not to invest too much hope in. Sure, it'll hold together for a while, but it always falls apart eventually. In role-playing games, they love putting in traps disguised as loot and calling them mimics. Used car salesmen aren't that much different, except they also play the role of the dodgy wizard selling the magic beans. So yeah, rust buckets, mystery fluids, deceptive sales tactics, predatory financing, and contracts that make you feel like you're signing a deal with a cartoon devil. As always, like, subscribe, and drop your worst used car horror story in the comments below. While you're there, feel free to suggest topics for future videos. Thanks for watching, and remember, the car isn't the only thing that's pre-owned. So is the disappointment.